Now, today, we can say that the Palestinians, if we look at their situation and we say, what comment would we make after 60 years? Well, we'd say there's good and bad about the Palestinian situation. What's good about it? Well, they're still there. They're still there. And that is not a mean achievement. That after 60 years of continuous attempts on the part of Israel to obliterate their cause, to get rid of them physically, to make life hell for them so that they leave voluntarily, every kind of trick that Israel has tried to use has not in the end worked. They are still there. Not only are they still there, but they really can't be eliminated now. They can't. Their cause is on the world stage. If you think about it, well, I know because I remember all this, I can look back. There was a very long time, I assure you, in which when you talked about the Palestinians, people didn't really know what you were talking about. I remember as a school child, I'd say to, they'd say, where'd you come from? And I'd say Palestine. They'd say, did you say Pakistan? It really was a real experience for me. And in a way, the word Palestine slipped out of the political lexicon. It was quite amazing. So for a long time, there were things called Arab refugees. Nobody knew who these people were, where they came from, why they were refugees. And slowly, with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of effort, over the decades, the Palestinians put themselves back onto the international stage, and they are now there firmly. They cannot be removed. Irrespective of how this terrible tragedy pans out, the Palestinians are now firmly on the world stage and before people's eyes, and everybody is aware of them. And of course, it's not just that they're there, but they're also resisting. And what I think is so wonderful about this abysmal story in Gaza is the breakdown of the wall separating Gaza from Egypt, which you've all seen and you've all heard about. This is the most tremendous act of resistance, and I believe it will go down as one of those epic moments when people feel that, irrespective of the actual details of the happening, you get a sense of something far bigger than just the Hamas soldiers getting their bulldozers, blowing up with their bombs. You get this sense that there's something very big that you're witnessing, which is the surge of feeling by people who cannot be repressed, who refuse to be buried, who refuse to be oppressed and silenced and starved to death. And that great act of defiance will be, I think, a moment long to be remembered, and may well act as a paradigm for others to emulate. In fact, the speculation is on that the people of the West Bank may try to do the same thing to the apartheid separation wall that's been built up there, as you know. And of course, the rumors, the reports immediately started trying to denude the Palestinians of this great triumph of resistance by claiming that it wasn't them, and people were saying, was it Hezbollah that actually had operatives in there? I don't know if you've heard these rumors. I certainly have. Ignoring the fact that the Hamas had been digging and building and preparing for weeks, if not months, before the actual bombing. They'd been undermining the side of the Gaza side of the wall. And of course, it is a disgrace, and a monstrous disgrace, in that the Egyptians, an Arab country, should have put up any sort of wall between them and Gaza, and that they should seal it off. But that is another story. And I hope that the next speaker, Moshe Mahova, will talk about the Arab, the situation, the influence of Zionism on the Arab states and the Arab world, and the way that this kind of horror can occur, that a fellow Arab country can actually seal in people who are starving. It's atrocious. It's really atrocious. So there we are. If you like, this is in a sense, you could say all these are achievements, all these are good things about the Palestinian position. What about the bad? Well, the bad. The Palestinian people are fragmented, there's no question. They are divided, something that has not happened for decades, not since the 1930s, that you're now getting the division of two political movements, internecine fighting, a very serious situation. At the same time, the Palestinians have lost a very great deal of their land. They now probably have left about 50% of the West Bank. The rest, Israel has taken. The whole of Jerusalem is controlled by Israel. The PLO is defunct. Therefore, there is no leadership really for the Palestinian people. And this is an extremely serious matter, because for a movement which is trying to liberate its territory and itself, it's extremely serious that there is no political leadership that can lead that movement. And I have to tell you that there is still a situation I've grown up with and I've regretted all my life, and I still see that it is the same. And that is that the Palestinians have no friends in high places. Now, I know that there are good people in this room, and there are good people all over the world who sympathize with the Palestinian cause, who would consider themselves good friends of the Palestinians. I know that. Nevertheless, I'm talking about the adoption of the Palestinian movement by state actors, major organizations. This has not happened. And that, if you like, is the bad about the Palestinian situation.